Okay, it looks like it's recording something, so hopefully it's worked. I actually am using this like tool where you can record your screen, so that's what I'm using. Yeah, but if anyone else has a different way, y'all can record it too. So we just have backups. So what is your name? Martez? Okay. I'm Natasha. Hello to the Kinsley. Okay. Three people. Four people. Hello. Yep, I read it. That's the person that was stuck in traffic. So I guess I don't know. You're just starting to hope she joins us, or do we just yeah go ahead and start? Okay. hmm I'm recording on my own computer, but if you guys like, because I couldn't find a way to record with actual Hangouts, but if you guys can find a way, then it'd be great for everyone to find a way to record. Okay. hmm Which let me see. Let me okay. So what's the case that we're actually working on? Was it the Misha one or the Robert one? Like yeah, really? Yeah. Because I was looking at the Misha Enterprises one. That's the one I. So where did I get this from? Let me see. I'm looking up right now because I saw both of them, but I didn't know which one. So that's great. If I read the wrong one. I don't think so. Um, okay. Yeah, that's week 5. Okay, yeah. I think we have the right one. Misha's the right. Yeah, but the actual one is week 5, unit 2. It's at the bottom, unit 2, assignment and case study. And it says use this case study for your unit 2 group assignment. Yeah. Mhm. 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 Um, I felt like that was part of the issue, but I find that the second half of the case study about the skill disparities, where there's older employees who are not as good with the new technology, but they have better customer service skills. But then they have younger employees who are really good with the technology, but their customer service skills are horrible. So there's kind of this mismatch between the older generation and younger generation. So I feel kind of that was the main issue for me personally. Mhm. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like a combination of the both. Like one person will be calling and using the database. So I don't think you can like separate the two. Mhm. Yeah. Because one of the issues is that they don't like communicate with each other. They only share their information with their group. So only the young people share the information with the younger group. So I think kind of more socialization between both the groups because they don't really communicate at all will be, something at least. Hmm. Yeah. It's not really questions on here. That's the thing. It's just a case study. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Now I see it. Stringent. Yeah. She requires a bachelor's degree and a call center experience. But Chauncey, who's the general manager, doesn't believe that those requirements should, exist. He thinks they should be, I guess, less than that. So yeah. Well, they work in a call center, so yeah, they work in an outbound call center, so they're calling and they're cold calling. Yeah. Mhm. So, anyone has any suggestions on the first? What do you think should be done about it? Do you think? Do you guys? I guess mainly. What is your name? Kinsley. Kinsley? Yeah, Kinsley. I guess because since we read it already, what do you think? Do you think like yeah? Do you think Chauncey has like a point as far as the requirements? Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Okay. So. Mhm. 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 Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, let's look at the second question. How would you design training and how would you test whether the training was successful, considering the disparity of skills in the workforce? That's okay. I just said, let's look at the second question about how do you design training and how would you test whether the training was successful? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, they said they were recruiting a new call center manager, so yeah, in the middle of buying the software. Hmm. Hmm. I think personally because they're it's such a different like the young employees don't need training. They've got the software down packed. So that would kind of just be a waste of money to have them go through training that they've pretty much mastered the software. Their problem is the customer service skills. So I think customer, yeah, yeah, I've never heard of that, but how would that? How would you design training? Is what she's asking. How would you? Mhm. So what? So what? How would you tailor the software training for the older employees, given it's probably a little bit more difficult for them to learn it? Cause. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I think Martez mentioned earlier about kind of maybe doing like a buddy system where you have one of the younger employees with the older employees and they can kind of like trade off skill sets and really kind of teach each other what they know. Could be like another option since they both kind of have what each other needs. I don't know. Just a thought. Hmm.
He's a director pretty much because he was hiring managers.
He's the general manager. And
Okay.
then we have the call center manager. So he reports directly to the owner.
Anella.
What?
Is her name Anella? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. But she's not there.
No,
So does he even report to her?
probably not.
Okay.
That's why
I don't know.
I'm throwing it.
We got someone's joining. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, we can hear you. And we can
Hey,
see you now. How's it going?
good. How are you?
Good. So first question, did you read the right case? Did you read the one about the wine cellar or did you read the one about the call center?
Actually, hold on a second.
I'm still trying to like glance over the case really quickly. That's
Yeah, no, I still like, don't really know what's going on.
because I kind of know myself.
Hmm.
All right. Are you pulling up the case?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just
What about in the meeting, in the training groups? Like I was saying, promote teamwork.
Hmm.
And
sorry, I just have a question. Is that like under, the week 5?
Yes.
It's on yeah, week 5, like all the way at the bottom under things to do.
Oh yeah, right.
because if you do group, like you could probably have 2 different classes and just have a mixture of the older employees and the regular employees, so it won't be like divide like a mixture, so it won't be like one person on this side. And then when you set the groups, you can put an older employee with the younger employee, and then like encourage them to work together so the company could be successful overall. That could be like part of the third question too, which I don't know if you read it, is like how to get rid of the separation between the like tenured people and the newly hired ones. So like making them mix together and mingle and stuff is probably the only way to do that since they're not doing it on their own. So kind of like
hate each other.
Hmm. So do you guys know of any like, I don't know, team building exercises or anything that they could do to kind of mingle together? Or like, Have you guys done anything like that before?
I mean,
Are you guys looking at the question number 2?
Yeah, we should kind of catch you up. Yes, we're kind of doing all of them, but we're kind of at the third one, I guess. About building rapport.
Yeah, kind of moving into the third one.
Oh, okay.
So did you get a chance to read the case study?
Actually, no. I'm sorry. It's just there are so many projects, and I don't know which one I'm reading, actually.
yeah, I read the wrong one
Yeah.
first.
Yeah. Because I have 4 classes, and all of them have projects, case studies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have 5 classes and I have tests and projects and all of those. So
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, you're not alone.
so I mean,
Oh.
you gotta.
Sometimes I just send the wrong homework to the wrong class.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what happens.
Oh.
So back to the case study.
Does anyone want to do like a quick review so she'll at least know what we're talking about?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that would be helpful.
I'll do it. So the case is pretty much it's called Misha Enterprises. It's a call center, and they're having kind of 2 major issues with the call center. One is they're having a lot of turnover with their management. They can't really keep management positions. And then the second problem is that they have a big skill disparity between their older employees who are good at the customer service part of the job and the younger employees who are good at the kind of the technology and working with the software, but they don't both have like what each other is good at. So we kind of have to kind of find problems to solve those 2 issues.
Yeah.
So I guess back to number.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Number 3, like what can be done to help the employees build the...
Yeah, so like what,
4.
how can we make everyone get along basically?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can schedule like some social events, everyone go out and get drinks together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Become friends with who you work with.
I mean, whatever
Job will be miserable.
Yeah, that would be another option.
they're gonna have to like force them to do it because they're not doing it on
I
their
feel
own.
like this is like like high school or something. Like,
Yeah, they have their cliques.
they gotta grow up and be mature.
What about team building skills as far as something like having the group come up with, hold on, I lost my train of thought.
Hire a motivational speaker to come in.
Some people might go to sleep.
Good. Or we could do like, we could make teams, and they could be like mixed with old people and new people, and then have like a competition or something, and have like rewards for who like has like the most sales or whatever they're doing. I don't know. Maybe that'll kind of light a fire under them and get them working harder, and everyone will be, working together as a team. I don't know.
Should it be something as far as if you like don't work together, you can potentially be fired? Or
I'm cool with
because
that.
it's like we're losing you aren't working together, so it's not making the company better at all. Going down.
Yeah.
Or at least like a reward system, some type.
Yeah, they aren't producing, so I mean,
Rewards. I like that idea instead of like completely firing someone, like rewards, because people like rewards.
Exactly. It gives you motivation to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That would make them work together.
What about acknowledging like people's
Work.
like if like just acknowledgement? Let's say a younger person helps one of the older people, like acknowledge that person, like the one who's doing like the most outstanding thing for the month, for the week, or Something
You
like
can
that.
set up, you can set up like a system like that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So, okay, sorry. Can we go back to question 2?
Well,
How did we say we would test the training to see if it was successful?
That's a good question.
I mean, there are ways that you can like do stuff
Well,
online.
well, you could give the training and then obviously like give a test at the end and see how people do and see how much they retained.
And how do you
And that's always, I feel like that'd be the easiest way to like sift through the results of how effective your training was.
And then when we say training, would it be like computer-based training?
Yeah.
Would it be hands-on training?
Yeah, probably, because isn't this, well, they're learning about the new software or whatever.
Yeah, we have 2 different trainings, the software one and then the kind of where we have like the customer service one
Right.
for
Yeah.
the younger employees. So how would you test the customer service training?
I mean, I think that should just be something that everyone should have to do.
Yeah, and especially if you're in like telemarketing services, like I feel like you should be like somewhat ample to do that.
And then, I mean, they can like check that stuff with their results as to how many, like, whatever they're calling for, like how many donations they're getting, or
Okay.
They should send out surveys to the customers and ask how their experience was and how the person treated them.
yeah, that would be another.
Yeah, or like that little Yeah, go ahead.
And seeing how they react, like, or what do you call those calls? Like when people come in and secret, like if you go in the store, the secret shopper, like something where they call and you don't know that it's someone just like grading you on this call.
Mm-hmm.
They give you a problem and seeing how you react to that problem, like
To do that.
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Or like that little survey that they always have, like if you call into like customer service at Verizon or something, then they say like stay on the line.
You get a reward,
or, like,
or you get a reward if, or like a $25 gift card if you fill out the survey or
Yeah.
something.
You offer rewards.
Then you could review your employees that way.
Mm-hmm.
But by doing that, you have to make sure the customer isn't just going through like, oh, I'm going to $25. Let me just click 10, 10, 10.
Right. So maybe not.
No
Don't
money.
give the customer a reward, but
Yeah.
But obviously, if the customer had like a bad experience, they would definitely like make note of that, and they probably would say like, "Oh, this person was terrible,"
Mm-hmm.
and give a bad review.
And back to if we can go back to like question 1 real quick. So all we really came up with that one was to lower the requirements for the positions. Do you guys have any other suggestions on that?
Didn't they like promote within?
Promote
also?
within, lower the requirements. Okay.
If she needs to get more involved.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask about. Because there's also a problem about the growth of the company is doing not good under Chauncey's direction. So
Exactly, and probably in the near future, she's probably going to start losing money. So if she really doesn't want to pay any attention to it, then I would just sell the business.
yeah, so sell it or come back and start working.
Yeah.
Not doing well.
Do, like, leadership training too, or
I was about
something
to
for
talk about
the managers.
seeking help, seeking, like you said, training or something. What about having someone come in, as far as another manager, come in, but requirements are too high? Or like forcing, like, or telling Chauncey his requirements are gonna have to change, and he's gonna have to do better. But you can't really tell him he's gonna have to do better if you're not doing better.
We also have to remember that we're acting as like consultants, so we kind of have to like come up with like a package and then present to them, basically. Like, this is what you should do. I think we're going in the right direction, though. I mean, I feel like we have some viable options.
I think we all have a pretty good understanding of the case.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hopefully.
No.
It does say in like the what to talk about thing, like we should talk about how long we want our like paper to be and stuff like that. Like talk about like the actual paper.
We're all writing our own, right?
Yeah. Like, we all write our own, and then like next week we have
the group one.
Yeah.
But we do have to. We all they all should be about the same length, though, correct?
No, yeah.
So
I would say like probably 2 to 3 pages, maybe. I don't know.
For
2 to 3 pages?
this week? Or
I don't know.
Okay, it says write a letter. It just says.
So maybe 1 page.
Yeah,
Then,
it's
a 1 page.
it's just a draft, so
It just says write a letter in block format. So I would think a letter is just like a 1 full page.
Isn't there like an example for us to look at too?
Is there? I didn't see it.
where does it say write the letter in block format? Where do you see that?
That's on the unit.
Sorry, guys.
yeah, where do you see that?
It's not on the actual case. It's on the second document that was in the week 5 things to do folder.
Week 5 things to do.
So it's right by those questions that we were going over.
Yeah.
I think we should also like look at that next page 5. So after the questions, because she has like what we're going to be evaluated on. I think it's just really important to read that for everybody.
Oh, the evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
So are
And
we
this
all kind of supposed to be like writing about similar things then?
We just have I couldn't hear you.
Are we all supposed to be writing about like similar things?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to like our individuals, kind of what we discussed here, I guess. And then
Same.
How
Yeah.
we do it exactly, and then put them together.
next
Okay.
week.
But the responses should not be the same, right?
No, you
Well,
can.
not
Not
the
necessarily.
exact thing, but the same ideas.
Yeah, so what we discussed, make sure they're incorporated in your personal letter that you submit.
Yeah.
But it's going to be your writing, obviously.
Okay, so as far as the last question, what can be done? So we're just going to say that hold on, let's see.
I don't think we have like real like ideas for this question, did we? I'm sorry if we did. Like as far as what type of things they could do.
I feel like we said like a lot of different things, but nothing like specific.
Yeah.
So what about splitting the people up? So if they're all like grouped together in the
Yeah,
like
like them
10
work with each other.
Yeah, don't let everyone get comfy to cost in it, so you all have your own seat. So like eventually, like every 2 months or every so often, like everyone has to change their location so you can get to know everyone.
Well, I don't necessarily think that would be the most effective because in the case study they mentioned that they're constantly on their what you call them headsets, so it didn't really matter who they're sitting by, they're constantly working with their headsets. So my personal opinion is that if they're going to do something bonding, it has to be like outside of the actual work hours, because when they're working,
Yeah.
they're not paying remote attention to each
I was
other.
gonna say, like, I don't understand how you like are like mingling with each other while you're at a call center.
Yeah.
Well, I I worked at Rock Connection. It was it's Quicken, part of Quicken, and it was a call center.
Mm-hmm.
And it was open, and we talked a lot. Like, while we were on the phone, we were talking to each other, kind of like helping each other out on what to say. When we found something that worked, like the person who sat across from me, we would get along because we were right there with each other the whole time, and we could say like, oh, we got this person over to the banker by saying this, so you should try it, or this didn't work, they hung up, don't try that, or something like that. So
yeah,
like
they didn't really specify the layout of the office either, though.
That's true.
They didn't say if there was in cubicles or if it's open space or.
That's true. They just said because they remain connected to a headset, talking to clients, they have little time to socialize. That's it. So,
yeah, so maybe just like organize a event like after work or something, or like different group things outside of work that they have to go
Some
to.
training.
What if
or at least have like mandatory like an hour every week or so to do something that's not specifically dedicated to the call.
Yeah, like they need to dedicate time to doing that.
What about like something like you said, something every week or every month at the end of the month?
Like a appreciation or something, parties or something like that. Really.
Or that, or you could I was leaning more towards saying this person was very successful this month by doing this, like telling everybody what specific people.
So that would be just by the end of the month, not every week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the end of the month. Like if 5 people did really good and they use different methods, then like come together as a group and explain those methods.
Yeah, or like
to make people so like I guess good.
With that too, you could have like monthly trainings even that everyone has to go to, and it's like all a group thing. You get everyone together and just like making more time for everyone to get together instead of just sitting at their desks all day.
Do you think that satisfies the training, like the second question, that aspect of the case, or do you think that is more towards the building the rapport with the employees? Which one do you think that applies?
More the third one.
Oh,
you think third? Because I think more of like the training part, like what you just said.
Well, the second one is like training specifically on the technology, like with like Martez was saying, like they tell each other what is working, what's not working. So maybe like having someone run a training like that, giving tips and stuff like that on what, like just like continuing their training on customer service, I guess, because that's their job every day that they should like be trying to get better at. So, I mean, that's just like a way that they could like all get together and work together. That's not necessarily like calling people.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like something really good for that one.
Yeah.
Because it seems like everything is more of training. Because you would.
What have you guys done? Like, has anyone had any type of situation in the job where you had to do things to build rapport with your employees?
I mean, I know Martez said you work at Quicken. I don't know if you guys do like regional meetings every month, but I also work there. But we do, they call them regionals, and like the whole group of people get together and kind of like the leader of the group. So I guess like Chauncey could speak or someone could speak and like give out awards of who had the best production that month, like different things that they could be like called out for doing well and stuff like that. So kind of like it's like a big meeting basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't work there anymore, but when I did, that's what we did. So but with that, do you think because the people aren't some people aren't as efficient as others, would some people be recognized too much and some people will regret going? Or do you think that people will be like, I want to be recognized?
Yeah,
so
that's how I feel. Like I notice people are like, oh, well, I want to win that award, so I'm going to, because like people want to win stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be like their goal for the next month is I'm going to win this award at the end of the month. So
Well, I work at a car dealership, and like I know this is kind of different, like sales wise, but like when you meet like a certain quota, you get a bonus. Like I don't know, you should have like a bonus system.
Sorry, guys, my kids are about to walk in, so you might hear a noise for a second. They're gonna go to the back.
What about you, I'm sorry, Lorla? I think is that.
Yeah.
So
Well, okay, so what I'm thinking is in those training, also we can include activities like volunteering. So that would help to get them together because where I work, that's what we usually do. We volunteer in those training for, for example, for children's that have, we made blankets for children that have, cancer. Then we kind of like work together. So, we kind of like are mixed up together. That would be another, I think, good option.
Volunteer.
We can suggest like awarding people, but also including activities.
okay.
So we think,
help build rapport, because if you're working together and you're volunteering, that will be building that trust with that person outside of the relationship.
I can go with that.
Yeah, I like that idea too.
Okay. So volunteering. I'm trying to think of something else that'll help build rapport. Thinking.
yeah. Wow.
Feel like we got some pretty good ideas.
So we just on the third one, we just came up with the volunteering, or what else did we
We
call
had
it?
volunteering. We had meetings like monthly or like meetings with rewards, possibly employee appreciation gatherings, team building skills. Like, we had like a couple ideas.
Appreciation gathering. What about gatherings in general? Not pointing people out, just like everyone has to attend this gathering. Like it could be during work hours, or it probably should be during work hours because they're probably not going to come.
Yeah, no one's gonna come if it's not work hours.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant by like employee appreciation. It's not necessarily like giving out awards. It's just like everyone in the company is just getting together and appreciating. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like we've answered all of the questions. What do you guys think? Except as far as the 3 that are listed. And so now it's kind of like the tone and the length.
So I think we should come up pretty aggressive. Because I mean, we could just say like your company's failing. Like if you don't listen to what we have to say, basically, like you're gonna go under. You're gonna start losing profit.
Or aggressive. Do you think?
I'm not necessarily like aggressive, but like I don't want to be like you should do this, and
Yeah, just be like assertive and confident in what you're saying.
Assertive, yeah, that's what I meant. Aggressive. Come out, attack them.
Then you're like, I don't know if I want to listen to this.
No, yeah, I agree with that. So you got to be assertive, definitely.
You be assertive, but then should you? No. Did you kind of get like sensitive? No, you don't need to be sensitive. So should you be assertive the entire time, or just?
I think so. Just be consistent through it.
Yeah, I think you need to be consistent throughout the whole thing.
Okay, and then the length, what we said about a page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can get the message across.
So
Page and
I
a
was-
half, whatever.
I was reading. What would you just say, like a page and a half max, or 2 pages max? Because I know we have to explain like the problems.
I would just say like no more than 2 pages.
Yeah.
The individual draft?
At least
Yeah.
a page, but no more than 2.
Yeah.
So a page and a half would be,
Mhm.
not much, not less.
Just I guess just write whatever you feel needs fit. I mean, you can go to 2 pages, but just don't go over that basically. So if you want to write 1 page, write 1 page. That's fine. Just like don't do more than 2.
Okay, so I think that's about it. I'm looking.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've been speaking for about 50 minutes, so I think
You got that recorded, right?
yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
For
Yeah,
how
that'd
long?
be good.
For 50 minutes?
Well, that's how long we started. Yeah. If anyone has any other questions, comments, anything?
I'm good.
Good.
Okay, my question. So what do we have for the first one? Like, what's suggestion?
For the first question, we really just came up with, we believe that the requirements that, what is her name? Whatever
Yes,
her name
whatever.
is,
Yeah.
we felt that her requirements was too strong, so we felt that we should at least kind of the person should at least have managerial experience, not necessarily like a degree in cost and experience. At the very least, have managerial experience. And we also suggested that we should promote within the company to our more like tenured employees. And we also said that Anila should be more involved in the company because without her, the company has been doing more poorly under Chauncey's leadership. So we felt that she should be more involved because she was taking a lot of time away.
So going back,
Mhm.
what was he experienced?
Yeah.
He had experience.
Who, Chauncey?
Yeah.
Yes, Chauncey.
I'm not sure. It just says that he has like been with
The
the
company.
owner for 10 years, like he's been working under her. But it doesn't say, like, it says he's skilled at selling contracts and gaining new business.
Okay.
It doesn't say like what his experience is.
But yeah, I think we should kind of like just extra having the degrees and stuff out, because that doesn't mean that you're going to be
Mm-hmm.
really good at the job just because you have a degree. Okay. So, yeah. Alright, I think that will be it. So when we write this, do we address it as a letter?
Yes, we're
Yeah.
addressing it to Misha Enterprises or Neela, one of them, in the block form.
Well, probably. Yeah.
So do we do it like the back of the paper that she kind of like put the date to and from? Do we do it kind of like that?
What page are you looking at? Because I'm not sure what you're.
Looking at, I don't know if I think I printed it out this week. It was,
This one.
let's go. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Week 6 meeting instructions.
Week 6. Where is that
It's
under?
Let's see. Reading assignments.
Reading assignment.
I'm just asking with the beginning, like date, to, from. That's how we would start it off. On that second page, how she wrote that, not as far as the content.
So which one? The number 1 or number 2? Week 6 meeting instructions. Okay.
Number 2.
I don't see. Oh, this letter. What do you mean?
Yeah, like when we start the letter off, do we do the to, from, date, and the subject like that? Is what was that like an example, or do we kind of just say? Because that's kind of like a memo.
I mean, yeah, like I don't necessarily think the format is that specific. Long as it's a block letter format, which you can just like Google a block letter format, and
Just go
I'm
from
sure
there.
it'll have like 2, and you can create a fake address for Anissa or Anise, whatever her name is, Anila. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're sending a letter. I don't know.
All right. So what else we got to go over?
I think that is good. I think we've covered everything. If anyone didn't have any other questions, I think we can call it a day.
If we come up with something, we can always just email each other or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it says we can't like reconvene after this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think we're good. We can do it and then post everything, and then I guess come back together and come up with the final.
Yeah, next week. So
Mhm.
everyone's good.
All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So should we submit this Sunday this individual draft?
Yeah.
Because I think yeah.
I think it's about Wednesday.
Yeah, I think Sunday at midnight.
Is it
Tuesday.
Monday? Tuesday at midnight. Yeah.
Are you sure? I saw Sunday.
Because she said
I saw that on one of the papers. I just don't think she changed it because our
Yeah, our class ends on Tuesdays and starts on Wednesday.
Right.
So I would think it would be Tuesday.
whatever day the 9th is.
So
Yeah.
That's
The 9th is
Tuesday.
yeah, the 9th is Tuesday.
Okay, so let's get this done and post it.
All right. All right. See you guys.
All right, thank you. See you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.